Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe, I'm coming at you live again. I'm gonna be showing you how to make the best calzone ever, and even Yaya Olga's famous cheese bread. Now I know you're probably wondering, like, what does this girl know about making the best calzone? Well, my grandparents, they used to have a pizza restaurant in San Francisco, California for over 30 years. It was called Giovanni's Pizza, and that's where I grew up. So I learned a thing or two about making some really good pies. So without further ado, guys, let's get started. As you can see, we're at my favorite store where I like to get all my ingredients for this calzone, so let's go. The reason why I come to Trader Joe's when making pizza is this right here. They have the best pizza dough ever, I kid you guys not. I'm going to go ahead and grab two since I'm making two calzones today. I'm going to get a little pizza sauce. This is like a 10-ounce container. And for calzone number one, we're going to need some bell pepper. I'm going to go ahead and grab one. That one has a little bit of marks, but that's okay. And next for the cheese, oh yes, mozzarella cheese. I'm gonna grab two just to be on the safe side. And what's next? Oh, over to the meat section. We're making pizza calzone. You're obviously gonna need some pepperoni. You could put any ingredients you like. The feta cheese. Oh yes, this feta cheese is the star of the cheese bread. I'm getting Israeli feta today. It's my absolute favorite. And then for Yaya Olga's secret, she tops her cheese bread with a little smear of butter. This makes all the difference. Alright guys, so excited. I'm back from the store. You're going to want to leave everything out on the counter to become room temperature. If we try to take this cold pizza dough and start, stretching it out, it's going to make the worst pizza in the world. The texture is going to be dense and just horrific. So what you're going to do is just leave it out on the counter. If you buy this the night before, just take it out the morning of, and you're going to end up, it's gonna be nice to work with. It's gonna be super flexible. I'm so excited. Now, tip number two to making the perfect pizza or calzone in this case is the oven, the whole oven temperature, everything that has to do with the oven. You wanna set your oven on bake at 500 degrees, and you want to have it preheat at least an hour before you're going to be putting the pie inside. This thing, it needs to become like an inferno. Like, it has to become extremely hot. At Giovanni's Pizza, they used to set the oven, they would preheat it at like, I would dare to say it was like 8 or 9 a.m. and that baby was going all the way till midnight. It's just, that is so important. If you just set it at like 350, 15 minutes before putting the pizza in, it's gonna be pretty bad. All right guys, so here we go. Here's all the stuff that we bought. I'm gonna wash my hands. All right, I forgot. I'm gonna need to wash my bell pepper too. Okay guys, so for the calzone, I would usually put onions, but like, I thought everybody has onions, but my parents, they don't have onions right now because, they're not even in town, so I just assumed that they would have onions. But no onions. So chop your onion, or chop your bell pepper into like little bite-sized pieces, like shreds. Not bite size. I mean, you could cut them in, you could cut these in any shape you like. Just don't cut it, like, this is way too big. If you were to put this in the calzone, it would just be too, like, you don't want to, it wouldn't cook all the way. So put your flour down like that. You don't want to put too much. Don't put too much flour because it's just going to not come off the bottom, and then you're just going to have a lot of raw flour on the bottom. Open up your dough. No twister, it's just pizza dough. You're not gonna like this. Now, this pizza dough, as you can see, look how it's just so pillowy soft. It's so pliable, like, if you stretch it, it like barely goes back. Do you see that? It's just pillowy soft and just really flexible. You want to just very lightly and delicately. If you're not able to do this with your cold dough, like the pizza dough is not at room temp. See how it's super thin, but it's just like, it's thin, but it's not, you can't see your fingers through it. Like it's not transparent if you lift it up. This is what you want to have. And really pay attention to the edges, because usually, you know, the middle is super thin and then the edges are a little bit thick. So just stretch them out. Be gentle. You just want to be gentle. And just work slowly. Right down the middle, I'm putting the sauce. I just put it right down the middle like that. I have like a quarter of this container left. So this is 10 ounces. So I used a little bit more than 5 ounces. I would say I used about 8 ounces of pizza sauce. Okay, next for the cheese. This is mozzarella, of course. Whoa. All right. So I covered it in mozzarella, bell peppers. Now, I don't know what it is about pepperoni and bell peppers. They just go so well together. It's like the perfect combo. You don't need anything else. Well, actually you do. I would usually add some onion to here. But no, my parents, they're not here right now, so there's no onions. Even though I would have onions. I always have onions in my pantry. Do you guys? Put your pepperoni down, and then I'm gonna add the feta cheese. Now, when you add feta cheese, it just really enhances the cheesiness. Look how delicious this looks. I'm gonna take a nice big hunk and crumble it on top. This is gonna add your nice saltiness with the mozzarella cheese is very light tasting, so you really need this. And there we go. Yum, look at that. I'm gonna wash my hands before I close this guy up. Here, let me start from this side. I'm gonna pinch this together. I love doing calzone this way because it's perfect. You don't have to mess with all the toppings. It just stays in place. Pinch it on up. Look at that. And you know it's gonna be nicely shut. You don't have to worry about anything oozing out because usually when you pinch it, that's it, it's done. Look at that. Oh, pure heavenly. And that's it. All right, so here's your baking sheet. Your calzone, it shouldn't be sticking. So it should have a good amount of flour on the bottom, but not too much, because then you're gonna be eating a lot of raw flour. So go ahead and transfer this baby. And I mean, you could turn it into like a U shape as a calzone typically is shaped. It doesn't matter. I like it kind of like this because like it kind of looks like an alligator. I like, because then after you could just cut it straight down the middle. You don't have to like have weird shapes. Oh, look at that. All right, it's gonna go straight into the oven. All right, this is gonna take about 30 minutes. All right, so the calzone is in the oven. Oh my God, what was that noise? Ouch, oh my God, the oven is so hot, even the handle is hot. That was just when the metal sheet, it gets hot and then it like bends a little. But anyways, now I'm gonna show you guys how to make Yaya Olga's famous cheese bread. Alrighty, so we're gonna do the same technique. Should I tell you guys a story while I'm doing this? Okay, so Yaya Olga, one time she gave us a cheese bread to take home, and we were all like slicing it up and we started eating it, and we're like, what is this? And guess what she put inside? Rice pudding. Can you believe that? She put her famous rice pudding. If you guys want me to show you how to make Yaya's famous rice pudding, leave a comment down below and I will make that for you. It's very simple. I loved her rice pudding because it didn't have egg inside. She just used cornstarch to thicken it, so that was really nice. Okay, so here it goes. It's all nicely done. Look at that. Whoa! Oh my gosh, that was a close one. So for this cheese bread, it's just gonna have the mozzarella cheese and the feta cheese. That's it. So like I was saying, the combination of cheeses like feta and mozzarella are incredible. Like the saltiness of the two. Mozzarella is super light. Like you can't even really taste mozzarella unless, you know, it's melted. Then it's gonna have like a nice texture. But if you just eat plain mozzarella cheese, like I don't really even taste anything. And that's it. It's these two combinations of cheeses that are so delicious. I'm gonna wash my hands again. And see the edges? I'm just gonna scoot some cheese so that every piece is gonna have a good amount of cheese. Ah, look at that. Yum. Ah, this brings back so many memories. It's incredible how food could really take you back to the good old days. And there we go. Now, Yaya Olga, she used to like, hers was like more of folded in the edges like that. You know, I mean, you could do that. You can make this whatever shape you like. This is a lot of fun. This dough is so easy to work with. I've worked with really bad pizza dough. You know, where it's like tough, even when it comes to room temperature. I can't stand that. You can make your own pizza dough. I'm sure that would be really delicious. See, this is, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. See, Yaya Olga's looked way more like this. Yaya Olga. I'll show some videos of her. I mean, I'll show some pictures of her at the end of this video. So you guys could see my dearest grandma. Look at that, yes. Hers was like really U-shaped, like that. The traditional Yaya Olga cheese bread. Look how nice. Okay, but for this, since we're like really, it's really sealed and this is gonna puff up like crazy, so you have to cut the top. Just to make a little bit of ventilation. Because this thing will really go up. And I'm gonna get a baking sheet to put this in. Look at this. Voila! Alright. We're gonna put this guy in the oven. Okay guys, I'm kind of doing something bad. I'm gonna open the oven to add this cheese bread, but I don't recommend it because once your pizza's in the oven, you don't want any hot air to escape. So I'm gonna do this really fast. Ay, ay, ay. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. Is it gonna, oh good. I was like, I don't even know if it fits. Okay guys, so I'm gonna take the calzone out. It still has about 10 more minutes. So this actually only took about 25 minutes. This is what it looks like. Okay guys, I'm spreading it with butter. This was Yaya Olga's secret. She spreads the calzone with butter. And look how shiny and delicious it looks. Wow. Look at that, guys. The perfect calzone. Okay, and then I'm gonna take out the cheese bread now. Wow, look at that. Oh, whoa. It's so hot. Oh my gosh, even the heat is going through the freaking rag. You have to put the butter, like, do not leave it out. It just softens it and oh, it makes it heavenly. And you could add like a little, maybe If you want this to look nice, add some I would add some dried parsley or maybe a sprinkle of oregano. All right, guys, now for the best part. We are gonna try the most incredible, look at that, cheese bread you have ever seen. It looks like a smile face. And look at this calzone, you guys. Whoa. Oh my gosh, it actually looks like an alligator. Whoa. I let it cool because I just didn't want to burn my mouth. You know, like my last video. Those ribs were so hot. Alright, let's chop this baby up. Look at that, guys. Wow. It looks absolutely perfect. The calzone and the cheese bread. Look at that cheese oozing out. Super yummy. Alright, so give it a nice cut. Look at the inside of that. I really let it cool, so that's why the cheese isn't oozing out. But it looks incredible. Whoa. Ooh. And now for the best parts, we are gonna try this. Man, I mean, look at that. It's so cheesy the way it's just oozing out, and you got the bell pepper, the pepperoni. Whoa. Wow. That bell pepper is everything here. If you left the bell pepper out, it just wouldn't be the same. And the feta cheese is nice and salty. The pepperoni. The texture of this bread though is everything. It's nice and super thin on top, but the bottom has a nice sturdiness. I mean, look at the bottom. It's perfectly golden. And I don't know if you could tell, it's super, the bread is nice and fluffy without being too dense. Look at that. Whoa. Wow. I'm gonna try the cheese bread. Yaya Olga's famous cheese bread. That is insane too. I mean, this is picture perfect. Super fluffy. Whoa, all the feta cheese is coming out. This reminds me so much of my Yaya Olga. The combination of this flavor, it's so buttery with the butter on top. It reminds me so much of Yaya. Give a little piece of the dog. I miss you, Yaya. This really brings me back. If you guys enjoyed this recipe, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Leave your comments down below and stay tuned for more quick and easy recipes, all of them always with a unique twist.